What's cool about Yabusame? Everything's cool about Yabusame. It's an amazing art. It's beautiful on the magic carpet, just floating through.
Hello, I'm Jin. Today, I would like to introduce to you Japanese Yabusame. Its history can be traced back to 1400 years. This martial art, which is also considered to be a sacred ritual, is very challenging to pass on due to its extreme difficulty. Today, we will meet a woman who fell in love with Yabusame.
I was actually born in the Republic of Georgia in Eastern Europe, but I was raised in the United States. But actually recently I naturalized, so I changed my citizenship to Japanese citizenship.
Really? Was the trigger Yabusame, maybe?
I think it's definitely part of it. I really love this country and I love the culture, and Japan has felt more of a home to me than anywhere else. So it was a very easy decision to me, and it felt the most natural for me.
In this video, you will see firsthand how the people who love and practice Yabusame. I think that if you watch this video, you will surely want to visit Japan. Please watch until the end. On this channel, I will introduce the best must-see and must-do of traditional culture in Japan. So don't forget to subscribe.
So here we are in Kamakura, which is about 1.5 hours away from Tokyo. And here at this Kamakura Kyojo, which is our practice facility, we have a 220-meter straight run track course. So we actually have a lot of work to do before the chore, the morning greeting starts. We have to even out the track and make sure there's nothing, like no big rocks, and there's no problem with the rope. And we have to check the targets. And also another big important part is checking the equipment. Apprentices, the minarai, which I'm one of, we have to check the equipment to make sure there's no damage, because if there's damage to the equipment, it's very, very dangerous on the track.
馬式馬術というのは戦ですので、戦いに行って馬の上で自由に体を動かせる。どうしても、戦の場合ですと、敵に突っ込んでいきますから、日本の馬は、そういう調教されてまして、一直線にガッと行くわけですね。上達しますとですね、馬がダッと早く離して、馬が全速力でダッといってるところを手を離して、それだけでも馬の上で手を離すとすっごい大変です。にもかかわらず弓を射るじゃないですか。しかも1個じゃなくて次々抜いてとか、しかも的を狙ってとかものすごく難しいのが、最初先輩たち見た時にこの人たちはスタントなんだと思ったんです。
What should samurai who's watching Yabusame for the first time pay attention to?
The place to look is to see if the archer is moving up and down on the horse, or are they on the magic carpet just floating through? And that floating through archer is one of the best things you can look for. A few months ago, I actually passed the EMMY test. Once you pass the EMMY test, you can finally, for the first time, be allowed to train on this straight run track. So that takes at least 2 years. And so I finally got permission, and now I'm working on letting go of the reins and keeping my balance. I would like to master the tachiskashi riding technique. Watching the technique of the archers as they let go of the reins and hit their targets, riding on horses that reach up to 60 kilometers per hour at full speed, is truly breathtaking.
馬の反動をですね、膝と股関節をうまく使って抜いたりですね、地面から伝わってくる反動をですね、あぶみを踏むことによってうまく相殺するといったそういった技術なんですけれども、全力で走っている馬の上に乗っている射手がですね、上半身が特に上下動していないところ、馬がどんなに高い反動で走っていってもですね、上半身が全くぶれず、頭の高さも変わらずに美しくですね、滑るように走っている。特に私たちはですね、馬と実は人間が触れていないんですね。馬に触れているとですね、馬の反動と一緒に人間も跳ねてしまいますから、そうではなくてですね、馬から体が離れた状態で乗っているんです。西洋の馬術の場合はですね、馬体に足をきれいに沿わせてですね、人馬一体を再現するんですけども、私たちはですね、馬体に体を触れさせずに人馬一体を表現するというところが違いがありますね。
I think for me the biggest appeal is the riding technique, and of course my goal is to be like our Shihan. His riding technique is amazing, and this is a very difficult way to ride, and he just makes it look easy. And he always says once you master it, you're like riding on a magic carpet. So my goal is to master it and be able to ride on magic carpet just like our Shihan.
実際そのヤブサメを見た時に乗馬クラブで乗ってるその馬のスピードでもないし乗り方でもないし、その中で手を離してその弓を射る、しかもその的と的の間が短いですから、その間にこう行って次を準備してっていうのがとてもじゃないけどできないと思ったんですけどね。
For Yabusame, you can't have Yabusame as a job, so everyone has their own job. For example, some people are a public servant, or one's like a dance teacher, and some are students. This is where we have Pokeiko every week, where approximately 30 people come and practice. Everyone is of different ages, men and women, and there's a big variety of our members.
私たちのやぶさめはですね、いろんな方に挑戦していただける環境があるんです。したがってですね、やぶさめをまず生で見てみたいなとか、稽古を見学したいなとか、一歩進んでやぶさめに挑戦してみたいなという方がいましたらですね、私たち公益社団法人大日本キューバ会に一旦ですね、メールなりでアクセスをしていただければご案内は可能だと思います。ただやはり難しいんでね、それなりの覚悟を持って来ていただきたいと思います。
What is cool about Yabusame?
What's cool about Yabusame? Everything's cool about Yabusame. I just think it's an amazing art. It's beautiful when the archer, goes into the kai position, right, on horseback, right before they let go of the arrow. That picture is always in my mind. I think it's a very beautiful art.
So, Miss Rosa, please share a message to those who are watching from overseas.
I hope if you're watching this, you will have a chance to come to Japan and watch Yabusame live. I'm sure you'll get hooked just like I did.
Thank you, Miss Rosa.
Thank you.
And once again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Shark and Dragon.